wish he was offline right now. I think it would be a much closer game, if not a win. The fact that he's streaming, I'm nervous for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, Leslie Fuslie, she is white in the first game. She starts with her D4. She loves her party hat in the London. So let's see how xQc even responds in the very first move.
Oh, is he still doing puzzles?
Yeah, he is not. He's doing puzzle. He's crushing the puzzles, admittedly.
Let's listen in.
I believe xQcl. Can I get a new oop? Hurrah! You oop.
Wow. One game.
Good luck, PVC.
All right, maybe he's so confident that he wanted to give Fuslie a 30-second lead.
Okay. They had to.
Wait, why?
They're gonna restart the game. He just wasn't aware.
Okay. Sorry about that.
If TTS doesn't say it, how is he supposed to know, guys?
True.
What do I even do here? Kind of have to match this, right?
Did he say, what do I do on E4?
I don't like the queen pawn opening. I think it's trash.
On the first move.
I hate this opening. I think it's garbage.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know what to do here.
He and I are asking the same questions.
Just keep on doing with this.
If I don't know what to do as black, all I do is mirror them for like the first 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that usually works. Like you can.
I don't even know.
Can't you just bring your bishop to where his bishop is, your knight to where that knight is, on the same file? It's fine.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good decision to bring this bishop out here, because you get to develop your queen side fully, and then you can push your pawn to e6 without blocking your bishop in at home. So, whoa. Did Fuslie just make the move in 0.4 seconds?
I think she made a pre-move, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know she feels confident in her London system. I don't know if moving in 0.4 seconds is a great idea, though.
Right.
I get where xQc is coming from, because I do hate playing against the London system, because I'm so much more used to like E4 or even like, I don't know, something. D4 is weird, and I hate seeing it, but once you figure out that you can just kind of mirror, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Now, Hikaru, you coached him, so obviously it's something you showed him. What's going on
no.
here? What's going on here?
I didn't show him this, that's for sure. Okay, but he's gonna be down 1 pawn if she takes, which I assume she sees already. But this is kind of a cheese in a way, because it's like maybe he feels he has to do something right away to go for it, and if she doesn't take the pawn, E4 with the fork. E4.
Oh no! See, I talked to Fuslie about this, and xQc found it. He found it. I talked to her about this. It's when you react, you trust your opponent too much, because xQc played E5. She's like, oh, he did it for a reason. But she sometimes thinks that she'll blunder without realizing that her opponent may also make a mistake. So we could tune into Fuslie to see her reaction now, because I don't think she's particularly thrilled.
Oh my God. I have to cut my losses. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's fine. You know what? He'll take my bishop. I don't need it. I didn't want it anyway. Oh my God. This is terrible. This is terrible. Okay. How did this happen? Okay, what if I just take him first? Well, no, I'll still lose a piece. Oh my God. He's kind of insane. What if I go here? I don't know. I have to make a move. I'm gonna lose my bishop here.
He's insane.
I'm gonna lose my bishop. Oh my God. I'm so bad. Oh my God, what did I just do? Oh my God. I'm sorry, Hess. I'm sorry. I'm panicking. I have to do.
Now, Hess, you're a coach, so can you explain this blunder chain?
Oh,
Is
God.
that
Okay?
Is this something you guys worked on?
I can explain this. So when he played E5, instead of stopping, pausing, thinking about how many pieces she had attacking the square, because she had the perfect setup here, she freaked out, and as she just said, she's panicking, so she moved her bishop back as a way to not commit to anything.
I see.
But she should have captured on e5 because she has 3 pieces attacking it, only 2 defending. And now we see in the game she's losing a piece, but well, she lost a piece. She still can fight though because she can take. She took back this pawn. I think that's the best choice, keeping more pieces on the board. She is down now a bishop for 1 pawn. But Ludwig, let me ask you. You see this position, right?
Yeah.
White is cleared down material, but it doesn't look so clear, does it? Because there's still so many pieces on the board.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I think it's fine. Like you can come back from this because it's like you don't have a pawn on E file as black, which sucks. White does, and so just you got to do your thing. You can still bring out your knight. It ain't that big of a deal. Like +2, -2. I think enough blunders will happen that's the variance. You just did yours a little early.
What do you think, Agara?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main problem with the position is that since I did originally show Fuslie the London system, is that none of the principles, none of the ideas really apply anymore. Like all the basics that you look for, they're just gone in this position. So that my main concern is finding moves that make sense. But it applies to both players because there are not open lines, and so you kind of have to maneuver your knights and your bishops to the right squares. And I don't think this really suits either player. So I think definitely the game is still very unclear.
For sure. And this is a pretty obscure structure with pawns in f6 and g6. But I think xQc playing bishop f5 is a great first choice. And I wonder if he'll go castle queenside because he has fewer pieces to move out the way to get his king over there.
Right. And the one thing I would add as well, and this is, I think, only xQc that I've really seen this with, but it happens all the time, is his failure to develop all the pieces on the back rank. Usually he leaves one side with undeveloped. He doesn't bring out like the rook and the knight on next to the queen, or he doesn't bring like the rook and the knight next to the king. So this is the main thing I've seen, is that he has this issue with bringing all the force into the game. But he plays bishop d6, which is a great move.
For sure. And let's listen in to xQc to hear his thoughts. As he is up a piece.
I'm forcing trades, which is good for me because I'm +2. And other than that, I'm forcing better developments for me. And I can get a long range fucking castle here. Which I think is better in this game because I have more pawns on this side. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's good or not. I can't tell. Look, chat. See my icon right there? You see that? Show your flare. What is that? What is this animal? Think about it. It's a Komodo. Tell me what's a Komodo, guys. Just tell me. Why is that a Komodo? That's great. Now it forces the town. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that trade. Now his pawns are towered and the file is open. The gates are open. The gates have officially opened.
Sounds like he was gatekeeping there.
Yeah, a little bit. Was he speaking parcel tongue?
Watch this. Bing, bang, bop. And it threatens the queen. She just get the fuck out.
His music is very soothing.
Does she have any checks? Dude, another one. Another one. Another one. More power. Another one.
I've never seen someone be so happy about stacked pawns.
Another tower pawn. Oh my god. She's gonna fall for it. Oh my god. Double towered pawn. That's disgusting. It makes the board look like shit. Oh
I feel like I'm watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. They're just like hitting the ring with a hammer.
I need to get my knight into play.
Honestly, they're both playing very
Dude,
well.
she's pre-moving. What the fuck is this?
I think the way xQc plays is actually really difficult to play against. Here's the thing, and we talked about it a bit. Our coaching sessions are basically 2-hour sessions, 1-hour sessions where we memorize a set of 10 possible openings. And it all goes out the window the moment xQc plays, what is it, 2 pawns straight up on the right side. Nothing I did matters anymore. I don't know why I'm playing the London system, but I don't know what the hell this is. What am I supposed to do here? And so it's such a jarring difference. And maybe it's bad conventionally if you know what you're doing. But the thing is, we don't.
That's a very fair point, and I try to talk that through with Fuslie last night. Just like, you're not going to know what's going to happen, so react to their moves, right? You shouldn't just say I have the strategy, I know what you do. You should see what your opponent's plan is. And she missed the first one, right? She missed that move e5 coming e4, but since then she's played very reasonably. So she's actually up over a minute on the clock, and that I think will be very important in this particular game because it's so close. So, Hikaru, in this type of position, how do you think that White should proceed, and how do you think xQc will be able to handle it if the position doesn't open up, because he is an aggressive player?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that she puts her rook on the c file, tries to attack down towards that knight and the pawn behind it. But again, it's a very hard position. I feel like both players, we're going to see mistakes. I think we've not seen the end of the mistakes. There are going to be mistakes from both players going forward, simply because nothing is open. There are no open files really, and with all these pawns, it's just very close. So figuring out, this is where it would have helped if xQc had done some puzzles or had some pattern recognition, because what he needs to do here is try to checkmate the white king, and it's not easy to come up with ideas to do that.
Yeah, and Ludwig, well, what are you thinking about in this position? Because we know that black is up a knight for just one pawn, but what would the plans that you would devise, what would those be?
I mean, I think he knows, right? He knows that file's wide open on H. I feel like there's something you can do there.
I like it.
Yeah, he's making room for his knight, and he's also this seems 5-head.
Hikaru, you sure you haven't been giving xQc some pointers here?
No, I haven't, but actually I was also going to ask, his rating is 840.
He's been improving.
He was playing off stream, because I thought his rating was down like 650 or something. So yeah, he was playing off stream then quite a bit.
I think you taught him a secret Pepega system, or whatever you guys call it, and it's just doing something that we've never ever prepared for, and it's genius. Because when he tries doing something like the Scotch, we saw what happened. When he does it his own way, it turns out to be a brilliant maneuver.
Yeah. But this is a great move by Fuslie, setting up a very dangerous tactic here if he takes the pawn. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Is that a
fire?
Is that you love that because now the knight's trapped?
Well, you have to move the knight and then you lose the pawn. The knight guards the pawn on d4. So you're removing the defender of that pawn, because if the knight doesn't move, then you take the knight with your pawn. And now you go knight takes pawn.
But I will say the downside of this, putting this pawn here, is it's now much easier to attack. So once this queen, say, retreats to d1, then this pawn is under attack, and the king is feeling a little breezier. But it is a great move. He's really on his game right now.
And see, actually, Ludwig, this is where I would tell you, like, when I say perfect moves are not perfect, if a grandmaster played this pawn push and took the pawn, I would say it's perfect. But based on where the ratings are, I would say this is not perfect play, because there is very serious risk to the black king here. So when I do say perfect, usually it's because it's considering how the quality of the move, but also the danger when you're gaining material.
So it's like you're perfect in your own way, sweetie.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Oh, that makes me feel a lot better. Okay, cool.
And Fuslie had a very good reaction. Let's listen in on xQc's thoughts to see, well, now that he's won a pawn, if he feels like his king is too open, or if he feels like he has everything under control.
Yeah, and time is important too.
So here we have xQc.
I like this better. Fuck. This means this one's is gonna die. Because I thought it was already. Bing, bang, bing. No. Bing, bang, bing, bang. And then he gets a free pawn. The move here would have been to support my pawn with the double. That slows down my pace and I'm running out of time.
Do you guys agree with his bing bang surmisation?
More or less.
This knight's gonna have to be supported, and I need to push a pawn. This knight will be
Fuslie's
ambushed.
screen,
This
and
knight will be
she's
ambushed in a
seeing the same
crossfire.
things.
I have to support the knight with the pawn. We cannot let Victor fall into battle.
Switch between both streams. It's a different atmosphere.
Shocking.
Don't fall. Don't fall, man. We got you. We got you.
He is showing great support to his pieces, though.
That is sweet.
Whoa, what is knight of 3? Oh, pawn
Uh-oh.
takes knight.
Uh-oh. Big blunder incoming.
He's thinking in his head right now, was this dog shit stupid or brilliant?
This doesn't do much. Hello?
He decided on dog shit stupid.
I have the X. The fortress. Look, they're all supporting each other as one.
Oh, Professor
He
XQC.
said that as one got taken, though.
Bang.
But I think it works. Professor XQC, you know?
Bang! Bang! Pow! Yes! And I even have the queen to support now.
So one thing we've learned is he loves that knight in the center of the board.
I mean, I think it's good because, like, people don't think about knight pins a lot, and they come up. One wrong move of the queen, and you just get a free
That's
pin.
it. Check here. Check. Take. Take. Not gonna do that. Check. Check. Moves. Takes. Is that something I want to explore? I don't have much time to think about it, man. I don't have much time to think about it, bro.
I would say the one downside of the queen trade is...
Sorry, Robert. What were you saying, Robert?
The
I
queen
got
trade
it.
is
I think it's
dangerous
good.
because end games are not easy to win.
She might blunder.
Yeah.
She might blunder. Her brain's under attack. Her brain's under attack.
That seems wishful.
This is it. I'm evolving. Just don't blunder. Don't blunder. Don't blunder. Is there a check we could do here? As the hero would say, no checks available. Take the queen!
I think 3 minutes is more than enough. I feel like it's very late, right?
It is time for battle.
It's a lot of time, but if you trade off too many pieces and the pawns come off, then it will be hard to win. So that's the only thing that I'm looking at. So he's often traded rooks, which is great because the rook on d1 was trying to come to d7. But if you trade too much and your pawns get off the board, then it's going to be very difficult.
Correct. Although I think the fact that xQc has brought the last rook into the game, the one piece that was on its original square, I think he should win this game now. The only reason that I think maybe he won't win this game is if he blunders one of his knights. If he blunders a knight, that's really the only danger that I see here. But as long as he makes relatively quick moves, it's hard for me to see a way for there to be tricks that kind of like are real blunders. That's sort of the way that I just don't see it here with only one rook on the board.
And this makes it easier for him too, right? Like Fuslie trading the rooks.
So yeah, I mean, that was the one thing, Ludwig, is also like when you're ahead, like you don't even mind if you make some of these exchanges because it just means your opponent doesn't have any pieces. So like you really can't tunnel vision when your opponent only has like one rook or a bishop and a knight because it's only one thing that you have to worry about, like attacking all your forces.
Yeah, my dream is baiting out a trade for every single piece, and then I can just go through with like my remaining piece and then like kill all the younglings, you know, get all the pawns out of there, make my queen. This is what we were talking about with Nim too. I think there's no chance he loses this. I'm saying that, and I'm nervous saying it, but really, I feel like with this much of an advantage, he can just trade down everything, and then he'll be able to figure it out with the time remaining.
Yeah, I think he should be able to. I think a lot depends on how quickly he moves here. This is the main danger is getting too low on time.
Good move. Knight
Wow.
to d2.
Now, will she see rook d1 is another interesting question too.
Because then that knight can't move, right? You were just talking about that, Ludwig. Seeing these knight pins, not easy. But here, rook d1 puts that knight under threat. The rook is defending it, but it can't move, and that can be frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs to figure out as well. She can play f3 here, which defends her pawn that's under attack. And we actually have her stream up. We can listen in. So let us go to Fuslie right now.
I don't know if I should move my rook here. Oh, I should move my rook here probably to pressure his. Is that how it works? Keep the pressure on him, right? Right? Yeah. Why am I running? I'm gonna attack you. Frick, actually, it's not very helpful. Oh, he's like...
Looks like she's making both moves you talked about.
Here. I'm in a bad situation.
But xQc responded really well to
Bad
protect the knight,
situation.
the rook with the knight.
Time's running down. I don't know what to do. Keep sneaking my pawn by, maybe. Maybe he'll make it. Maybe he won't even notice. What? Oh, that's fine. I knew that was coming. Okay, so say I go here, right? This is where I'll begin thinking 5 moves ahead. I go here, right? He has to move his this, right? So he'll like go
Probably take the
somewhere
pawn.
else. Or wherever, right?
Yeah, she pointed the two that would be very convenient. One.
Maybe I could force him into a stalemate.
I think it's very important she moves fast. She's down 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah.
She said she could request a draw. That is a clever tactic. I think
That-
xQc would be the last person on earth to ever accept a draw in any position.
I think he'd also be the first to accidentally click it though.
Also probably true, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've been in this spot. She's in that spot where you're like you're down so much, you're nervous, you don't know what to do, and all you do is like you make efforts. So, for example, when I see a pawn walking towards being a queen, and I'm like 2 spots away with my king, I follow it, even though I can't get there in time. I know that, and I know when it becomes a queen, I can't even enter the zone. But I feel hopeless and powerless. I must do something.
Mm-hmm.
That
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
And actually, she can start by taking one pawn with check and then taking the second pawn over here. And Hikaru, it's what we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
where there were many queenside pawns, but if you lose 2 of them over there, that's where it starts becoming difficult.
Mm-hmm. Right. I still think he should win this because I don't see how White's going to be able to take all the pawns without losing some of your own pawns on B2 and A2. But again, it's not over yet.
And
The main issue is again that she's so far behind on the clock that that I think it's going to be very hard for her to find these moves because I think she's panicking a little bit already.
she did express that last night. She was like, "Oh, xQc always plays bullet. Like he does that bullet, and I don't. Like, I don't. No, I can't do that. It's too quick." So in time trouble, it's going to be difficult for her. She does have the 5-second added to her clock with every move, but she's not used to it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I am getting nervous because I definitely don't think he's gonna be able to find a mate with just a rook and 2 knights.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the time frame. So yeah, I'm getting a little. I feel like this is still fine though. It's still fine. He's fine, right?
He should be fine, but it's getting a little bit tricky.
Yeah, and just a reminder to everybody that no matter what happens in this game, there will be a second game. So let's say xQc does convert this, Fuslie will have a chance to come back, and so it's a 2-game match. Get each color, and King E6 was a good move.
But I'm really worried that he might go King D5 next move and blunder Rook D7. This is what I'm really worried about.
Oh, good call.
That's why I don't like this move at all.
Because you're going with some of the principles.
Oh
using
wait, I would have done that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Don't
a
say
great
that.
move. No, it's a great move. What a great move that would have been.
Well, let us go to xQc right now and hear what he's thinking in this position.
Come on, you got this. Love that.
That's a great move.
It's not the same though.
Oh, but she found it. Look what she did.
Oh, gee. Oh, there's this check. Oh, I only saw rook d3. Okay.
Oh no. It's okay. I can just flag it. Just take my knight, whatever. Let's just.
It's
let's
crazy.
tell
The
him
first
goodbye.
real chess terminology he knows is flagging.
Go. Go, 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 go. There's no right play here. Come on!
This music is epic. He's a good blitz player.
Love a block with a knight.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Great move.
I think it's just understanding his win condition.
I think that was optimal.
Ooh,
Wow.
that was a sick idea.
Check my discovery. Check my discovery. Trade. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, can we talk about queen, knight, queen knight check mates?
What
What
about
has
him?
to, how do you do that?
It's the same way you do it with a king and a queen, actually. You just leave the knight far away, and then you just use the king and the queen.
Oh, so the knight doesn't even matter.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think
Okay.
that's the simplest way to think about it. It's just you know how to mate with a queen and a king, so
Yeah.
you can even give away your knight and then do what you would do without it.
Do we know if he knows how to do that?
I think he might, and he
I've
won some
definitely
fun-
never shown him how to mate with a king and a queen.
But you showed him discover tactics with the queen on e8, checking the king.
No,
on
I
d2.
didn't show him any of that. I think this is just off stream that he did.
That discovered tactic was great.
Yeah, he's really improving.
He just made it a lot harder on himself to have to win like this rather than with rook and queen.
Right.
Oh, I'm nervous for him now.
He's plenty of time though.
Yeah.
She offered a draw. Hey, yo, that's funny.
He's scoffing. Damn, I've never seen him make that face.
Okay,
All right, well,
king and queen. Let's see if he knows it. Okay.
he did it. So for this one, what do you got? What do you guys call it?
You force it into one of the
interpose.
corners.
Yes. And once the king gets in the corner, you stay away from these two squares because if your queen is on these squares and the king's in the corner, it's stalemate. So you have to be very careful.
Okay.
I showed this to Fuslie last night, actually. Okay. So the simplest way to do this, and he's doing a great job,
Mhm.
is you want to keep your queen a knight's distance away from the enemy king except when it's all the way in the corner. As I said, if you have your queen a nice square away, then it's stalemate because your queen will take away the remaining squares.
I like that. It's a very stressful way to
Don't go
remember.
king f5. Don't go king f5. It's stalemate. Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh.
Oh, what a game he played too.
Oh, XQC, no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the song ended. It's just radio silence.
I win though, right? I
Oh
win.
my
I win though, right? Because she was white and she was
That's
favorite.
a hard one. Hikaru,
I
you
win.
seem.
I win. Right?
Well, I mean, the issue I have with that is that he gave up the knight, and the only reason you should give up the knight is if you're 100% sure you know how to make the checkmate.
I see.
And he didn't know how to make the checkmate with the king and the queen. So that's my criticism, is that he should not have given up the knight unless he was 100% sure that he could make the checkmate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I will say it's not a natural thing, I don't think, to like figure out how the checkmate works, because you don't really think in terms of stalemates and what your opponent can't do.
Right.
So I only kind of learned recently. I do it like it's a rook king. That's the only way I know how to do it. Otherwise, I'll stalemate.
That makes sense too.
Mhm.
And the technique from like the starting point, what I was saying was like keeping the queen a knight's distance away, is that if the king goes to the side, you follow it one square over. If the king goes back diagonally, you follow it one towards the queen side diagonally. If the king comes diagonally to the right, you follow suit. But the one time you stop is right here. Because if king to h8, if you bring your queen here, this king has no more squares and stalemate.
Mm-hmm.
So you stop right here, and then you dart your king back to help to deliver the checkmate, because white can only move these pieces here. And for all 85,000 plus you, welcome. I mean, this is xQc versus Fuslie, now game 2. And you just learned how to checkmate with a queen and a king versus king.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a shame that he didn't close it out, but I mean, he did play really well the whole game. I mean, he had enough of an advantage that he was like +5 or 6 at peak. So
Yeah.
if he gives himself you just got to give yourself an easier mate. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm a one-trick pony, but you know, at least I can do queen rook mate.
Yeah, I think queen and rook most people can do, but just the queen is certainly harder, for sure. But I think, yeah, the main thing that I would say is that he should not have given up the knight unless he was 100% sure that he knew how to make the checkmate. That was the main issue.
Yeah, now it's unfortunately you're in this position where you're probably kind of criticizing yourself. You're not going to be as objective about the game because you're still beating yourself up over the first game. And what the great thing that Fuslie has done, she has played her openings very quickly. And she did end up in time trouble in the first game, but she's already up almost a minute on the clock, and we have the Karakhan set up here. And good move by xQc to protect this pawn.
Did you show her this or not?
I did.
Okay.
Look at her go. So what I told her, and for everybody watching, is that this bishop, one move ago, if you put your pawn to e6, where you want to go, the bishop gets stuck. So you develop the bishop out, and that way you can play e6 with a very strong pawn structure, and everything is safe and sound. For everybody who's new to the channel here, this is game 2. Whoever wins this game moves on to the quarterfinals, and the semifinals. And not only do they do that, they play Ludwig, our lovely commentator alongside us here.
So if this is a draw, it goes to the 3-0.
It goes to a blitz game.
Okay. I understand best of 2 now.
You just get white and black, and then we get to the blitz. And, well, that should favor xQc because he just showed in that last game he is kind of a speed demon. And for Fuslie, sometimes when she's not sure of herself, she spends quite a bit of time. And here she's doing well, though. Put her bishop back on g6. It was under attack. And now her bishop's putting pressure in the center.
Yeah, I think D openings are I don't see them a lot, and I don't like them. So I am mad that you taught this to Fuslie. And Hikaru, if you just have a moment just later on today, if you can just teach me like what would white do here, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Wow. Okay. Well, also, you know, I don't know what to say. Let's listen to Fulsie.
I don't know what my next move is. It's probably something like push this hat move. Yeah, push this up. see. So right now, okay, he also, I realized he just had to do this. His, like, if he castles this way, his king side is super weak. So that's, like, pretty good for us. Sure. I'm going to do this, finish off my hat, and then I'm going to do this. I might like to push this pawn as well. Maybe if. So is he going to castle this way?
So far, looks pretty solid for her.
Yeah, I feel like she's doing what you're telling her to do, but she does not seem confident doing it.
Mhm.
Well, my rule number 1 to her was be confident.
And it did
Easier
come
said than
across.
done.
Yeah, it's and then the second rule was just win forehead. So, you know, it seems like she's doing some of those. Yeah, I think she did bring up good points that it'd be tough to castle kingside. If I could predict, xQc probably loves castling queenside because it has an immediate threat with the rook. I like castling queenside too because of that. So I assume that's probably what I'd prefer to do if he can even get that bishop out of there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed his game against Hutch. He did push the pawn and develop the bishop. Like he did play a b3 bishop b2 move. So if he actually comes up with that, it'll be very hard, I think, for Fuslie to react to that because she's used to getting the bishop on this d6 square on this dark square with the pawn formation around it, and then attacking towards the king. But here she's not going to actually get that because I assume xQc is going to castle the other way.
Well, the best thing for Fuslie about that capture, if we just go back a move, is she doesn't play knight f6, which allows that e5 push, which we saw in the first game. So with the capture, that tactic's out the window. But there's a queen on e2, there's a king on e8. So will xQc see this pawn hanging on d5?
Right.
Ooh, that's a tough find. I don't think that's too dissimilar of a skill from like finding a discovered check though.
Now the one I think is it depends how they castle the kings. If xQc does not castle the king side.
This xQc is a different animal.
What is happening? This guy's a beast.
Hey, same animal, different beast. Whatever the phrase is, he's on to something here.
Hey, you're the lit major here. Don't question yourself.
Yeah, that's honestly, I love everything he's doing because at the level we're at, things like this get you so much mileage.
For sure.
Pins and discovered checks are like just they're so good because nobody sees them and they'll fall right into them.
Right. Very true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think really the question is what happens here is who castles which way. I mean, if they both castle their kings to the same side, which should be the queen side, I think the game will still go on for a long time. But if they end up with the kings castling on the opposite side, somebody's going to be getting checkmated.
Right. And the white king, as Fuslie was saying earlier, it's going to be hard to castle, especially now with his rook on h8 staring down here. Your rook is needed to protect that pawn. But let's listen into xQc and hear his thoughts about this position.
Yeah, he wants to say fuck it and just take it. There it is.
No that precaution. I'm going for it. I don't like that. Could have been better. Yeah, could have been better. If I did this and it would have been better.
No, it wouldn't have been better, actually.
Yeah, I think what he did was great, but I feel that sentiment that it seems lazy sometimes. And one of the earliest lessons you guys teach us is that, you know, just trading doesn't seem like the best option all the time.
Right.
Let me think about this.
Not bad.
What can he do to protect the queen here? It has to be it. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up.
Good move.
Queen trade. Queen trade. Hey. Queen trade. Take.
Ooh.
Oh, this is so fucking risky. This is so risky. This is so risky.
Is it risky, you guys think?
It definitely is risky.
Yes. I want that. I want that ass. I want that ass so bad. If you risk something, you get nothing in life, dude. Fuck it.
He's so nervous to do it.
He's spending so much time just fighting his better judgment and
Gimme,
then
gimme.
not even listening to it.
Gimme.
Gimme. Nice. Yeah, it is risky for sure. Because his king's in the center. He's gonna move his queen a
Oh
bunch.
my god. Next move is even sicker. Bop. Check.
Kind of the end.
Nah, but she's just gonna move the queen like over here, something like that. She knows it's coming.
That'd be really good if she did that for him.
The clock is ticking. My pieces are moving. My heart is racing. Nobody can stop me, dude. I'm on my way to get that ass.
Pretty tough moment for Fuslie.
Yeah, she's
Tough moment for
considering moving
every
her knight.
player. Okay, and that's a free knight.
Wait. What?
He's having
Check.
tunnel vision on the queen.
Block.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a tough spot because like your queen is so scary being there. Oh,
What about just take? what about just take?
okay.
No, it wouldn't be that easy. There's no way. Come on, this is not real. There's some sort of
That's how I
scam
feel
going on
every
here,
time I
dude.
play chess.
I mean, this would be checkmates. No way. My queen, walk into my queen. Not this. Not this. Not this. I have to. I have to.
He did it.
I think we would all perform 500 points above our level if we just had somebody there saying, "Yeah, man, go for it."
I'm happy to be your hype man, Ludwig.
Rob, I'm gonna employ you. All right, I'll pay you $7.25. It's federal minimum wage. You just gotta say, "Hey, man, yeah, go for it." That's great.
Okay, that works for me. That seems like a fair trade. Wow.
Now xQc it's in a similar position to last game, right? He's just kind of crushing.
Yeah, pretty much. The
one
only
thing-
issue is, again, he has to, the one thing that I said earlier still applies. He has to remember to get all the pieces into the game because the bishop and the rook are still on the queen side. The bishop and the rook are still on their original squares. That's the only issue he has here.
That's right. And his king is a bit unsafe. His king will be safe from castle's queen side, but if he feels like he needs to get his king out of the center, because like that's what all the coaches taught me, and he goes to the king side, that's when this rook, and even if not for the rook captures the pawn here, there's a lot of open space in front of the king.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Oh, no.
That's a free pawn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of material happening here. Also, knight here is very good as well, hitting this queen, threatening this bishop.
I think what we'll see is xQc trying to force a queen trade eventually. Maybe even
Yeah,
rather
I
than
think
castling.
as long as he moves the knight, takes the pawn, or moves it to the c6 square, he's gonna reach an endgame where Fuslie only has one rook or two rooks on the board. And that's very critical that he reached that because he's using way too much time here. So I think knight c6 is the move that he should play.
And I've seen him hovering over that square. He's been kind of looking at it, but there's one big downside to that move. And because you think of capturing pieces, so if knight c6, queen to d7, and you, oh, I blundered my rook here, and then you say, oh, I blundered my other rook here. This is a moment, and I know it's pretty far down the line, where even though white is up many rooks, two of them, this king on e1 is really unsafe because his queen's coming in with some checks.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, knight c6 is the move that I think he should play, but we'll see. We'll see what he's going to do. He's using way too much time here, though. That's the one thing I would say. That's why I feel like at this point it's super critical that he plays one of those knight moves right away. So he's got to just trust himself and play knight to c6.
He's also been looking at this queen check, which is actually very good. If he can find that, because then the knight will capture. So if there's a check on this king, the king can't go to these squares. So the king will have to go to f8. And once the knight captures, that's check to the king and to the rook.
Right.
I think he's going to go for it.
I'm still worried about his clock, though.
Yeah, the
does it.
clock situation is the big issue here for sure.
I think the upside is that he does go for it. I think the upside is that even if he does end up drawing this, he has so much upside in the 3-0 as well. Like even if he has to I forget what you keep calling it. Flag at the
Well,
end.
but the problem is also I don't think it's going to be easy to draw this because there's still going to be queens and rooks on the board. That's why I think it's still very unclear here in terms of what's going to happen. Because if he had moved the knight to one of the other squares, he would have been able to get a queen and a bishop off the board. Whereas here he's going to be giving up a knight for one rook. So black still will have a queen and a rook on the board, which is more than enough firepower to create threats and maybe even checkmate ideas.
Right. And Fuslie, she was thinking about blocking with her queen, but then she recognized that for white, the knight and the queen take care of that square. So queen d7 would be a bad move. And I've seen her hover. I hope she recognizes that her king can also move.
This does seem tough though. What is is there a correct response or is this
There's only one move and it's king to f8. Only move that's playable here.
typical scenario of Zugzwang, wouldn't you say?
She played it. Oh wow. Okay. So I think xQc should be able to win the game now because he has an extra queen and he's got He's got bishops and rooks on the board. So I think he should be able to win. But again, we've seen stranger things happen.
We certainly have, and I really think she just forgot her king can move because she's so often taught, don't move your king, right? Get castled. So if you move your king, you no longer can castle. So you mix and match different ideas, and unfortunately, blunders happen in this particular moment. So let's listen into her stream to see if she still feels like she has a chance, or unfortunately, if she feels like she's defeated here.
Where are my pieces? They're all gone. Okay, I've decided xQc is just better than me. During, at least right now. I mean, like at this moment in time. This happened 2 games in a row. I just slowly bleed pieces, including my queen.
So sad. I'm getting sad, guys.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still using too much time. So I don't think it's like
Okay.
I know he's
it's not
winning,
over.
but he's
I
using
can
way
do
too much
this.
time.
That's true. 2.5 minutes counting down.
Yeah, he's using way too much time here. This
Maybe
is
if
crazy.
I attack his queen here, right? That's not a bad move.
I guess one of the big downsides for her, as she's like saying her next move will be pawn a6 to attack the queen, is that it's all telegraphed. Like, why would you put the pawn there? Oh, it's attacking the queen, so he'll retreat his queen.
Okay, but he castles, which is not a good move.
Castles, okay, fine.
Now he's just got to move. But again, he's tunneling. This is sort of what I was saying before, where he's not bringing the rook and the bishop into the game.
Right. And as we see here, he only has under 2 minutes, 1:50 seconds counting down.
Yeah.
And there are some chances for her if she sees in the future that his pawn h3 can be captured and she can swing her other rook into the game.
Right. I mean, he's just got to move. Like, this is crazy. What is he doing? This is
He finally
insane.
dropped his queen back there. Good move, too. Protecting this pawn.
I don't know if he sees the h3 take. But
I
if
mean,
he
I'm
does-
thinking that maybe he's just forgetting about the time, actually. I think he might just be forgetting that he doesn't have that much time left.
That did
Maybe
happen
he's
a-
just not thinking about it.
Papa Plata. I mean, the same thing. He was shocked when he lost from timeout.
True, yeah.
Well, let's listen to xQc and hear what he's thinking in this position where he is up a queen.
Every move, so I can recover. The game, every move will be expensive at the beginning, but once the mental map is all mapped out, it's all about playing, not about thinking. And he's gotta stop. Stop moving, please. You're annoying. Well, that's a very good play.
time.
Yeah, he's thinking too long.
Yeah.
I did not foresee this. Wait, this also works. Okay.
I just hope he says something about the time so I know that he knows about it.
Takes. Takes. 5 seconds every move. I need to
I
think
do
for
love how he
less than 5
planned for a
seconds every move.
scenario.
Okay, what are my goals?
Bro.
Get this up or that up and get my dude out of the way. Get my dude into the file for position. And not lose pieces and move fast. These are my goals. This is my planning. These are my goals that I need to do. That's what I'm gonna do.
He seems aware of the time, though, at least.
Yeah.
Don't lose pieces. Engage all the pieces. Then we can start thinking about doing shit.
That's a good move by Fuslie, though.
One.
She confused him by bringing her rook in.
What's happening?
He's getting a little stressed.
He is?
I don't know what's happening.
The lines of this song is throwing me on a wild ride.
Come on. These moves are so odd.
That was a good move.
So now rook e1 is the critical move. Will xQc see rook to e1? Because he was highlighting it before. Will he see it? Is a big question.
Oh, he does see it. He just needs Robert Hess to be there going like, yeah, man, you got it.
Yeah, well, he's got to
What am
pay
I
me
doing?
750, right?
I'm doing fine.
725. Come on, Robert.
Oh, excuse
Federal.
me. That way I would leave you as your hype man to go to him.
Ah, I see.
I'm doing fine.
So she should take the pawn h3.
I'm doing fine.
Problem is, I think queen takes pawn
Take.
is too obvious.
That's
Yeah, he
fucking
sees it.
huge.
sees it.
That is huge.
But I don't know if she'll see rook d6. It's a very difficult move retreating the rook to protect the pawn.
And then move. Bing. If she doesn't do anything crazy here, my next move is gonna be insane. Bang.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
There's
Queen
nothing to
takes
do here,
pawn.
man. It's. Oh, I don't like this at all.
So it's forced checkmate in 2 moves. Will he see
This
the
is
knight
fat.
move or not?
This is fat.
I think he's
It
gonna
doesn't matter
tunnel
what
the
percent
queen.
move. I still get this. I get this 100. I get this 100%.
Is there
There's
a major threat here
nothing-
He takes, though. Okay.
for black?
Not really. No, but knight d7 check forced the king to the center, and it was checkmate. It still should be winning.
But it's easy to get scared of 2 rooks barreling down
Right.
the h file towards your king.
The one good thing is I don't see a checkmate pattern.
Right.
So as long as he moves quickly here,
He is down to under.
he's got to move though.
Yeah, under 50 seconds.
Eating up time for this one.
Oh, he's in serious time trouble now.
This is a good check. 40 seconds on the clock. Come on.
He's got-
I don't have enough time to think right now. I can't think. I have to just go fast.
He recognized his king was in danger, so he moved it towards the center where he's more pieces.
Okay, now we need to gather time. And I'm only playing to get a time now. I'm only playing to get a time. I'm only gonna play to just get some time, get my clock back up. I need to resupply, and I can do this. What are easy moves I can do? I can do this. This is good. Takes. I can do this. I do take. What is this? What else I can do? I can do take. Not take. This is even better. Move, that's good. Take. Cool on time. I'm gonna move my rook over here. Like this. Take. Take, okay.
He now even has more time.
Take, okay.
Yeah, I think he can just, you know, go super speed or whatever it is.
Yeah, he can just move the... There's no danger because there are only rooks on the board here, so... Unless he allows a stalemate, he should
Let's just get the pawns out of there, man. Just do the pawn race. There's no point even trying anything else. Why bother, dude? Just get some time. Do the pawn race. Bing, bang, bang, bang. Promote. Takes. That's it. I don't have to worry about anything else. All I have to worry about is this not killing anything. This structure is very good for everything. All I have to worry about is nothing. I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, let's go. Let's get out.
Shown seriously good recognition throughout today's match.
The crazy thing is he sees all the important stuff, and then he even sees the stuff that you wouldn't think about. Like a rook taking a pawn and then dying. Like he's looking at that. I don't know why he's looking at it, but he is.
She's running out of time, though. She's got to move.
2 seconds on the clock.
Uh-oh.
Yes! Yeah, baby!
There it is. Big win. Big point jump up, too.
Wow, he is amped. And
Easy.
he just
told you guys. I
to the
told you guys.
semifinals
The
of the
fucking
bracket.
world will come back, dude. I told you, dude.
What a game. What a match.
You.
He almost won both games, but we will be right back in a bit because, well, when he comes down, we'll have him on for an interview to hear his thoughts on what was an absolutely epic performance.
Are you kidding me, dude? I'm the god of the warlord. Let's go, baby! Hey, we can do this. We can grind it out. We can grind our way back out, boys. Hey, win! It wasn't even close! Guys, some of these moves were sick. Some of the guys, look at the accuracy. It's 74.9%. It's not even that bad. That's pretty strong. You were here when it happened, chat. Hell yeah. Woo! Okay, baby. Okay. We're done with that. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, my heart's racing. Alright, give me the interview. Where's the interview at? Give me the interview. Put me on the mic. Put me on the mic. I'm not gonna hold back this time.